What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini Sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's video we're going to be doing a look at the month ahead for all Gemini Sun signs, and this spread is designed to take a look at the past, present, and future energies surrounding you, as well as what to hold on to and let go of in the month of October, as well as what lessons and obstacles you're going to face in the upcoming month. So basically, this spread is designed to give you all the tools necessary to make October the best month possible. Today we're going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot. This is a Druid themed deck based in Druidry and maybe Wicca a little bit, and I've trimmed the borders so it's a little bit smaller than usual. It's a little travel style right now, but it's got some great watercolors. You guys, if you've never seen this deck before, you're going to love it. It's very colorful and vibrant. So if you would, please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question: what are the energies surrounding Gemini Sun signs this October? One thing about trimming your decks is that they become very difficult to shuffle, especially when they're this small. Alright, that ought to do it. We'll cut the deck. Deal out 8 cards. Okay, and while we're at it, we're going to consult the Nature's Whispers Oracle and ask it what message it has for Gemini Sun signs this October. What message for Gemini Sun signs in October? And we'll take a look at that card at the end. Alright, right off the bat, I see 3 major arcana. I see a couple of courts. Seems well balanced, sort of. I don't see any sword. Oh, I do see sword energy. So we got all the suits represented here. Move that, move that, and so let's get into it. We'll look at these cards individually and then see what they have to say as a whole. The first card here represents the energies of last month, so the energies of February, and we've got the 3 of Pentacles. And before I go any further, I'd just like to state that, this is a general overall reading for a 1/12 of the population, so not everything's going to pertain to everybody, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest of it. But the feeling I'm getting for the month of February... Did I say February? The month of September. I am way off. Oh, man. The feeling I'm getting for the month of September is that it was a time for you to put in work. It was a time for you to be creative. And it was a time for you to kind of, really fall into your work and kind of lose yourself into your work or your creativity. If your creativity is your work, then great. Okay. Also, maybe a time for you to feel some recognition for a job well done. That's the traditional meaning of this card. But I'm feeling a little bit more about just enjoying your work. Like September was a time for you to just enjoy what you do for a living, and kind of, maybe feel a little bit lighter about it. Maybe feel a little bit happier about it and more productive even as a result. So I do feel like you guys put in some work in September, and it turned out pretty well. It was a good month for you. You're cruising, basically, as far as work goes. It was just cruising. And I keep saying work, but I also mean creativity. And just, whatever you put your energy into. It could be your hobby or whatever it is that you really put your energy, the most of your energy into. And so seeing success here in the month of September. So September seemed like a very successful month for a lot of you. We'll move here to the present current energies, and we've got the Knight of Swords. Give me a moment with this card. I get the feeling that right now you guys are being Chatty. What, a Gemini be chatty? No. This card to me is saying expression, self-expression, voicing your opinion, being heard, and really being outspoken. And I know that's kind of, it's a stereotype, I know, but that's kind of run-of-the-mill for Geminis. You guys like to communicate, you're great communicators, and not all of you, obviously, but a lot of you are great communicators, and I feel like you guys are feeling very comfortable right now. You're doing a lot of communicating with other people, maybe spending more time with people than usual, or at least when you do spend time with people, you're not like holding back, you're not hiding your true thoughts and your true feelings. So I get the feeling that you guys are very outspoken, and this could also pertain to like ideas as well. You're putting your ideas into motion. So if you've been having an idea, I get the feeling that like now is a time for you to really express those ideas and really maybe put them into motion, put some action behind them, so that they're no longer ideas, they're more tangible things. So definitely a very productive. I'm getting the sense of productivity hardcore from this reading so far. And now looking at this next card, this card representing the energies of next month, of the energies of October, I'm seeing even more productivity. Here we have the Magician. We've got a major arcana, and this is the card of creativity. It's the card of creation. It's the card of, using all the elements that you have at your disposal and bringing them all together to create something, to manifest something, to bring something into this world. So I get the feeling that October is going to be a great opportunity for a lot of you Geminis to bring to fruition the ideas that you've been having. It's going to be a great time to put in more energy at work, or more energy into your creativity, because it's going to pay off in October and it's really going to materialize. And I think that if you are a creative person, October is going to be extremely beneficial for you. You're going to have a lot of success in that endeavor. If you're not a creative person, maybe this is an opportunity for you to find some way to be creative. Find your creativity. It could be anything. Creativity can come in the form of rock climbing. It takes creativity to rock climb, to figure out where to go next, where to put your holds. You know what I mean? That's just one example of just finding creativity. So if you are creative, October is going to be a very successful month. Put a lot of energy into your creative endeavors. If you are not very creative, or you don't think that you are, everyone is creative in their own way, but if you don't think that you're creative, then now's a great opportunity to find a way to be creative. And I think the energies that are surrounding you this month will facilitate that. That'll help that move along, so that you figure it out. Okay. All right. So this card here represents what to hold on to in the month of October. We've got Temperance. And Temperance is very interesting in this deck. She's very submerged. Okay. Like I said, this follows a druidry theme. So this has to do with Welsh mythology. But the feeling I'm getting from this card right now is that you should hold on to a well-balanced lifestyle. You should, yes, express yourself, but another part of expressing yourself, the other half of it, is listening. So yes, it's very important to express yourself, as you're doing now, but listening is also part of that. There's a quote where, if you're talking, I forget who this is, the Dalai Lama possibly, I don't remember who, but if you're talking, you're only repeating what you know. If you listen, you might learn something new. So that's just one way to balance yourself out, balance those energies. And if you're doing a lot of creativity, then you also need to do a lot of resting, and that's how to stay balanced. Creativity, it costs energy, it costs strength, and it costs a lot. So you need to rest after you do so, and that's the balanced part of creativity. So staying balanced, emotionally speaking as well, having balanced emotions. If you're just happy all the time, you're kind of ignoring your negative emotions, and your negative emotions are there to help you. So that's not balance. Or vice versa. If you're only focused on your negative emotions and you're ignoring the positive ones, then you're not balanced. So staying balanced, Gemini friends, is going to be very important this month. So keep that in mind, and be sure that there's a yin to your yang, or a yang to your yin, whichever way you want to look at it. Okay. All right, let's move over here. This card represents the biggest hurdles or biggest struggles you're likely to encounter in the month of October. And we've got the Two of Cups. And I'm getting the sense here that there's going to be some issues with those people who are closest to you, your very closest loved ones. There might be some miscommunication. There might be some sort of altercation. There might be some just a difference in energy where you're at an energetic level and they're at a different energetic level. When you come together, you're just not feeling it, right? And it feels like you're slipping apart. But never fear, this is a temporary thing. I get the feeling. I'm not saying your lifelong relationships are going to disintegrate. What I'm saying is there might be some challenges with your closest personal relationships, and it's probably going to have to do with the difference of energy. And if you feel like you're doing something to push them away, remember this Temperance card and find the balance, and maybe do the opposite of what you've been doing to kind of balance things out so that you're not too far into one side. When we get creative and we're having great success in creativity, we kind of get a little bit self-centered and we forget other people a little bit. So be sure to stay balanced, and I think everything will be fine with your close personal relationships. It's just that they might be an issue in the month of October, and for some of you it's going to be a huge issue. For others it's going to be very small. And even still, for others it might not be an issue at all. So remember, this is a general reading. So this card here represents what to let go of in the month of October, and we've got the Page of Wands. Okay, reckless abandon is the phrase that's coming to me. Be sure to be calculated. I do see some swords energy right now. So yes, there's the part of your logic mind is working as it should. But the Page of Wands, when I think of it in this way, in the way that I'm getting right now, this is a person who takes risks, doesn't really think about things, is a little bit immature, very naive about the world. And this card is saying, before you make any action this month, before you take action, really think about it. And not just think about it, but feel about it. Really feel. Use your emotions to guide you. Also use your intuition. Also use your logic mind. And also consider the resources around you. And when you bring all four of those things together, then you're making a well-rounded decision. But if you're just doing things impulsively and not really giving it any thought, not giving it any feeling, then you're kind of shooting blanks. Well, you're not shooting blanks. Like, you're shooting in the dark. That's the phrase I'm looking for. You're shooting in the dark. You're shooting blanks in the dark. How about that? Does that work for you? You don't want to shoot blanks in the dark. You want to turn the lights on and load your gun. I don't know. That's a kind of violent metaphor. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But do you get what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying. So definitely have a well-balanced approach. To your decision making in the month of October. All right, this card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of October. And I just want to say that, there's individuals in your life and they're going to have individual energies, but this card represents the people as a whole. And we've got the Horned One. In traditional tarot decks, this is the devil. And don't get scared, you're not going to hell. Okay. The people in your life, I get the idea of maybe selfishness a little bit. I think the people around you as a whole are going to be a little bit selfish. Of course, there's going to be individuals who are going to be perfect and great. But as a whole, I think a lot of the people in your life in October are going to be kind of worried about themselves and doing their own thing. And this might affect you in some way. And it's important to protect your energy when you feel this is happening. Do not let people bring you down to that level. Just because they're feeling that way doesn't mean you should too. So you got to protect your energy when you're around selfish people or people who don't really consider you or the people around them. And so just stay away from that energy if you can. Recognize when it's happening and just kind of back away slowly. Spend the time with the people who you feel aren't being selfish. And I think that'll improve your life a little bit if you kind of are wary of how people are affecting you. Really be in touch. Your emotions are going to guide you in that respect. If you feel that someone is kind of a drain on you, that's a good indication that they're kind of sucking your energy out, and you should respect that, and you should sever that cord for the time being. They're not always going to be that way, hopefully, but for the time being, you don't need that. You're in a creative mode, so you need all your energy, basically. All right, the last card we're going to look at here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of October, Gemini friends, and we've got the Queen of Wands. Give me a moment with this card. Okay, the lesson here is that with your thoughts, with your words, with your actions, they need to be in alignment with the highest good, with your goal, with your soul's purpose. And, sometimes we get lost here. I see the possibility of creation solely for profit. And for some of you, that might be, going to work and just collecting a paycheck, but not really loving your work, not really even respecting your work, and just doing it for the money. This card is saying that any energy that you should be putting in this month needs to be in alignment with your highest goals, or else why are you doing it? If it's not in alignment with what your soul wants, you're kind of taking away from your soul, and we don't want that. So it's very easy to say, oh, I can be creative and get a big paycheck, but if you don't respect what you're doing, then that paycheck is going to be fruitless. It's not going to feel very good, and that money won't stay with you very long because you've got some negative energy surrounding it. So make sure that this month the lesson is that make sure that you're in alignment. Everything you're doing is in alignment, and the best way you're going to do that is to approach things from a balanced position. Stay balanced as much as possible this month. You're coming into a time of great creativity, and make sure you're using that creative power for good rather than anything less than good. Okay, I don't want to say evil, but I guess kind of selling your soul for a paycheck is kind of evil, sort of. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I don't know. But yeah, you may have some trouble with the people around you. Maybe it's because you're spending a lot of time being creative that you kind of neglect your closer relationships. So it could be a variety of different things, but I do feel like your closer relationships are going to pose a problem for you in the month of October. Let go of any rash decision making. Make sure you're approaching all your decisions from a well-balanced position before you dive in. Don't dive in head first without thinking about things, because the pool might be shallow. Okay, the people around you may be a little bit selfish, so kind of recognize that. See if it's happening to you, then kind of just back away, beep beep, back off. And but stay creative, friends. You guys are in the zone. It seems like I feel like you guys are definitely in the zone here. As far as work and creativity goes. So keep up that creative motion and just be a little bit more balanced if at all possible, and I think you'll have a great month. All right, let's check in on the Nature's Whispers Oracle. We asked it what message it had for Gemini friends this October, and we've got laughter. This card just came up in the last reading I did. Oh, for Cancers. Cancers and Geminis, you guys have similar, close together birthdays, so maybe that's why, but the message here is don't take things so seriously. Yes, creation is serious business, so we can get lost in our work and take it a little bit too seriously. It's important to have a good time. It's important to have fun. It's important to remember that we're just little kids floating around on a rock through space, and that's not that serious, okay? So find reasons to laugh, find reasons to smile, have as much fun as you possibly can along this journey, because one day you're going to look back and you'll say, man, I don't remember anything except those times where I was having a lot of fun. Okay, so any memories you create need to be infused with laughter and happiness and joy, so that they are really, they stay with you forever, because laughter is the thing that we kind of value the most, and or at least we should, and it really brings us closer to the higher realms, because the higher realms are a lot lighter. They're a lot less dense, and they're a lot happier. And so if you want to match your vibration to that, you need to do the same. Okay? So thank you, Gemini friends. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this was a general overall reading. Not everything is going to apply to everybody's. But if you want a reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your specific energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card. You can click on that and get sent over there and check out the various listings that I have. And there's a reading to solve any problem that you might have. We can work together to get to the bottom of it and help you to move forward in a positive way. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It lets me know that I did something right and that you enjoyed it and got something out of it, and that I should continue to do this. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about things, especially how this reading affected you. I love to hear about that. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I release these videos all the time. You don't want to miss out, so stay up to date on all the Lighter Riga videos by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, thank you guys. Gemini, it's a time of creativity, but lighten up a little, get some balance in your life, have some fun, and you're going to have a stellar October, okay? So leave a like if you enjoyed that. Happy taroting. Peace.